volleyball fans all over the world. My name is Keith. I'm in the city of Mississauga, which is in Ontario, Canada, and I'm here to talk about the sport of volleyball. Today, I want to delve into the situation going on with qualifying for the Rio Olympics, and I refer to beach volleyball. You know, lately I've been talking a lot about the indoor court qualifying process, which is kind of simple actually, and easy to do. But now we're into beach volleyball season and we have to qualify teams for the Rio Olympics. It's a complicated, multi-pronged procedure with some quirks thrown in. So anyway, let's talk about it. Maybe you can understand it and help me understand it while I talk about it, right? Oh, here's the good news out of all this. The good news is the process is exactly the same for men and women. Both genders have exactly the same process, so I don't have to switch back and forth. So whatever I say for men works for women, vice versa. Let's start with the number 24. You see it floating in the air there, 24. Anyway, that's the number of teams that are allowed to qualify per gender for the Rio Olympics. So, as the host, Brazil get one spot. We're down to 23. The host always gets a free spot. So anyway, that's how it works. Now, the last World Championships held in the Netherlands, the top team that won per gender, got a spot. They earned a spot into the Rio Olympics. So now we're down to 22. 22 spots left. Oh, and by the way, it just happened that men and women, Brazil won the World Championship. So they've got 2 spots already as the host and as the World Champions. Yeah, so which leads to a quirk. And I want to talk about this quirk. But first, a word from our sponsor. Okay, I'm back, and before the break I was talking about quirks. So I want to tell you the first quirk in this process is that one single country is only allowed 2 teams per gender. That's all you're allowed. You can't have 3, only 2. So since Brazil have already qualified a host team and a World Championship team, that's it. They're done. They can't qualify any more teams. So that's bad for Brazil if you're not already in the Olympics, because there's no way you can qualify now. You're done. Even if you finish top on the World Tour, or second or third or fourth, you're not getting in. So anyway, that's just how it works. The United States might have the same problem. They have a lot of good teams and only 2 can get in, and it's the top 2. Anyway, so keep that in mind. All right, we're at 22 teams right now. So here's how it goes. After the World Tour is over this spring and summer, they have 15 spots going to the top 15 teams on the World Tour. Keep in mind, you have to subtract any country that might have more than 2 teams qualifying. And of course, Brazil can only qualify 2, which has already been done. So Brazilian teams finishing the top 15 that are not already in the Olympics don't count. And so you might have to go down to the 16th team, the 17th, the 18th, until you get the top 15 that can legitimately qualify. And another quirk here is that to qualify for the Olympics, each player must have played in a dozen tournaments beginning last January 1st of 2015. So you got 12 tournaments. You have to play in at least 12. You can play in 11, win them all, and you don't qualify for the Olympics because you missed out by 1. So you got to have 12 tournaments under your belt, so to speak. So get all that. There's quirkiness, there's complicatedness, there's all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that goes. So what are we down to? 7 spots left. 7 spots. And, okay, you know the Olympic rings, there's 5 of them. That means 5 conferences, 5 confederations, 5 continents, whatever you want to call it. Each one of those get a spot into the Olympics. So each confederation or continent will have their own championships that you don't even have to be on the World Tour to be in them. And if you win, you get a spot in the Olympics. Yes, so that's 5 spots. But there's another quirk here. I think there's a quirk. Anyway, I know before, if your country won their confederation continent championships, the country got a spot. Didn't mean the team that won got a spot. The country that won could actually say any team from their country could go and play in the Olympics. So that was the thing 4 years ago. I'm not sure if that's still in effect, but anyway, that's something to keep aware of, that you could win your conference, or I call it conference, the continental championships, and not go to the Olympics because your country might send another team. Anyway, keep that in mind. Anyway, what are we down to now? Oh, 2 spots left. We claimed 22, 2 spots left. So let's call this the last chance. There's a last chance tournament in Russia. I think it's in July, where 10 or 12 teams that haven't qualified for the Olympics yet get one last shot to get in. And as it turns out, 2 teams will make it. The first and second place team, or the 2 teams that get in the finals of this tournament, will qualify, get the last 2 spots, and there all 24 teams are taken, or spots are taken for the Olympics in Rio. Wow, see how complicated this is? And the thing is, this is really just beginning right now. So there's a bunch of tournaments coming up this spring and early summer. All this adds up to FIVB ranking points, gets you in the top 15, qualifies you, along with the continental championship things. And yeah, it's complicated, and it makes more sense, I guess, as we follow along. So lots of teams still could get in. It's all about the points you're scoring in each tournament coming up this spring. Oh, wow, this is tough. Indoor was so simple. Beach is pretty complicated. I guess it all comes down to playing lots of tournaments and doing really well. Anyway, this is Keith in Mississauga. Hope I didn't confuse you. Bye for now.
Subscribe
to the volleyball channel.